The wind may have just blown in favor of ISIS militants near the Syrian town of Kobani. In an unconfirmed YouTube video, ISIS fighters appear to be in possession of U.S. supplies and weapons intended for Kurdish allies. They claim that U.S. planes airdropped the goods and that the wind just simply carried them over into ISIS-controlled territory. In the propaganda video, a masked man displays what they call spoils of war, ranging from American hand grenades to small rocket rounds and other supplies that could be used against the Kurdish forces along the border city. Now, the U.S. dropped 28 bundles of arms and medical supplies to help Kurdish fighters and civilians on Monday. U.S. Central Command says one of the bundles did drift from its target, but they say that they destroyed it before it actually hit the ground. Here's Pentagon Press Secretary Rear Admiral John Kirby addressing this confusion.
We're aware that one bundle did not make it into the right hands, and you saw the CENTCOM release indicating that they destroyed it from the air. That doesn't, all of that doesn't take away from the notion that this video is out there and that it could in fact be that bundle. We just don't know.
Kirby says the U.S. has now spent $424 million since August 8th on its fight against ISIS in Iraq and Syria. While that's a monetary blow to the U.S., the Kurds fighting back ISIS are taking the hit on the ground. RT's Paula Slayer is in Turkey with more.
This Syrian Kurdish commander was injured on the same day his son died. But he didn't have time to bury his boy, who fell next to him in battle because he needed to get himself to hospital and fast. 2 bullets in his leg, and he was losing blood. And so he lied to the Turkish army that let him cross the border.
Of course, if they would known I was a fighter, they would have arrested me and not let me into Turkey.
As Kobani burns, injured Kurdish fighters are smuggling themselves across the border for treatment in Turkey. And then it's the same arduous journey back to join their brothers in arms.
If the Turkish army looked at my injuries closely, they'd have known I'm a fighter, but of course I said I was a civilian.
Bave was hit in his back 5 days ago. He meets us hours after coming out of hospital. By tonight, he hopes to be back in Kobani.
We crossed through the back paths illegally. God created us to die, so we are not afraid to die.
It's a headache for Ankara. On its doorstep is ISIS, and now in its backyard are Syrian Kurds, who President Erdogan says are just as bad. They in turn blame him for aiding the jihadists.
I saw myself how the Turkish army was helping ISIS. People in the Arab villages told us how they helped 1,500 fighters cross the border into Syria.
But now, in an about turn, Ankara says it will allow Kurds to cross its border into Kobani, but only Iraqi Kurds. It's not clear if this is good for these Syrian Kurds, who will still have to disguise themselves, or even for the Peshmerga, which needs to travel 300 kilometers to get here. This is the closest we can get to Kobani. The Turkish tanks are in position, as they have been for the better part of 2 weeks, just in case Kobani gets a little closer to them. Paula Slayer, RT, on the Turkey-Syria border.
YouTube censors video showing U.S. airdropping weapons into ISIS hands. By Rachel Blevins, July 13, 2017. Another YouTube video has been censored on the grounds that it violated the platform's community guidelines, but the removal of this video does not protect viewers from nudity or crude language. Instead, it protects viewers from the reality of United States foreign policy. Alternative geopolitical analyst Mimi Al-Laham, who goes by the name Partisan Girl, revealed on Twitter that one of her YouTube videos was flagged and removed upon review. It documented U.S. military airdrops falling into ISIS hands, she wrote. Truth is graphic content. View image on Twitter. View image on Twitter. Follow. Partisan Girl Syrian heavy check mark at Partisan Girl. A video on my channel just got censored by YouTube. It documented US military airdrops falling into #ISIS hands. Truth is graphic content. 12:06 p.m., July 10, 2017. 818 retweets, 873 likes. Twitter adds info and privacy. The notice from YouTube claimed the video was removed because it violated the platform's community guidelines. In addition to the video's removal, Partisan Girl also received a strike or penalty on her account. A YouTube user can receive up to 3 strikes. Advertisement. The title of the video was US airdrops weapons into #ISIS hands, #Syria Ayn Al Arab, and the reason YouTube gave for removing it was that it contained violent or graphic content that was posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner. If a video contains violent or graphic content that appears to be posting in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, it's less likely to be allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow content that's intended to incite violence or encourage dangerous activities. We review content on a case-by-case basis and will only make limited exceptions for appropriate educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific contexts, where the purpose of posting is clear. The thing is, while a video of the US military dropping weapons right into the hands of ISIS may be shocking to some, it is hardly sensational. In October 2014, the Pentagon admitted that the US airdropped weapons to ISIS that were reportedly intended for Kurdish fighters in Kobani, Syria, and insisted that the wind was to blame. Read more. De Niro finally speaks about vaxxed people should see it. There's a link to autism. However, this is not the first time the United States, whether intentionally or negligently, has been caught helping the group it claims to be at war with. The most recent case came to light in June when a 2016 audit from the Department of Defense revealed that it could not account for $1 billion in weapons and equipment. Patrick Wilkin, Amnesty International's arms control and human rights researcher, noted that the latest audit is part of a troubling pattern that has been ongoing for years. This audit provides a worrying insight into the U.S. Army's flawed and potentially dangerous system for controlling millions of dollars worth of arms transfers to a hugely volatile region, Wilkin said. It makes for especially sobering reading given the long history of leakage of U.S. arms to multiple armed groups committing atrocities in Iraq, including the armed group calling itself the Islamic State. In fact, the U.S. has given ISIS such a surplus of weapons and equipment, that some of those weapons are now being sold on Facebook by Islamic State militants. A report from 2016 revealed that jihadis in Syria are using Facebook as a marketplace to buy, sell, and barter a wide variety of American-made weapons and munitions ranging from rocket launchers to machine guns. In addition to support from Facebook, ISIS has also received ample support from YouTube. The platform has helped the militants by hosting their recruiting videos, while also helping the group by removing videos that reveal who is funding it, such as the one from Partisan Girl. However, the subject of ISIS is not the only area where YouTube has questionable judgment. As the Free Thought Project has reported, YouTube also hosts thousands of videos with millions of views that are disguised as child-friendly content, while they actually promote violence, sex, and pedophilia. Read more. New patent reveals Facebook can secretly watch you with your camera. Here's how to stop it.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me, and I'm sick of it. So I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.